Hello folks, and for this video I am playing the Charioteer. I had a friend requested I play this, so I said I would, and I played it for about 10 games this morning, but this was the last game I played and it really stuck out, and I figured it was worth separating from the rest. Focus on positioning, shot placement, all that kind of stuff. So it's a 6.7 game, I am on Frozen Pass, and I've chosen to come and sit between the C and the B points. I've been favouring this position a lot lately, but I'm a little different to where I would normally go. I'm just climbing this hill here. It's not ideal, I'm slightly exposed, but people don't tend to look up so much. So I'm just sitting and trying to cover this hill. You often get people driving from the spawn down towards the church. In fact, I can see one just there in front. Peek out to try and shoot him, but I can't see him. Instead, I spy this guy. There you are, one shot through the upper plate. It's KV-1B down. So, just reversing up again. Standard British reverse speed for the Charioteer. It is rather horrible. I'll probably top out about -3, -4. Now, it seems it was a Panther that I saw originally. He has made it behind the church. So I'm just sitting, trying to be patient, wait for him. This tank has terrible armour. It's only about 30mm. You don't really want to be trying to rush into people. It's all about the flanking, patience, trying not to be seen, or at least not be seen head on. You can see T-3485 just drove out there to try and flank around the church and got killed by a Tiger 2H. So I'm now even more determined to stay put where I am. I do have this friendly Charioteer with me who is keeping an eye on the church. They are starting to cap the C point off us, so taking a look, spot this Tiger. Chose to go for his driver first, make sure he couldn't get away. I wasn't quite confident I could see his engine there. Ended up hitting an ammo rack and taking him out in one. See, Panzer IV just drove across, didn't get my turret around quick enough. They are still capping C.
The Allied forces have captured a zone.
And they are now capping B as well. The B point, probably the Tiger 2H that killed that T-34. Charioteer has gone out and taken out a Panther that was between him and the B point. Again, I'm just trying to be patient. See a Tiger here. It's very rare that players will look up here, certainly not while they're engaged like he is down at the C point. I don't have much room to manoeuvre though, so I can't get a second shot on him. Time to leave my perch, head down to see if I can help the C point. Everyone down there except for one have just been picked off by a bunch of Tigers. It's not looking like the best idea for me to push in right now, but I do want to try and help keep this player alive. So I'm moving up, and Tiger 2 comes out in front of me. He hasn't seen me. Go for the breach first. I can outmaneuver him afterwards. I often, when I get a side shot like that, I will go for the mobility, so the driver or the engine, but on Tiger 2, it's got a decent turret traverse. I really want to get rid of that gun first. He's rolling back to repair and finish him off with a shot to the driver. Also clip through the ammo rack there. I can see there's a Tiger coming up the hill over there. He hasn't seen me. There's also a Tiger 2 turret visible. Although somehow I actually didn't notice the Tiger 2 until after I'd noticed this second Tiger. But I'm not in the best position with my back to the route out of their spawn, but they haven't noticed me. Go for the breach on the Tiger 2, and clearly he's already missing some crew, so that's another player out. Up to 6 now. Moving in to decap the C point. I am a Charioteer. As I say, I do not have great armour. I don't want to be hanging around on the point for too long. There are planes up, there's artillery going to be thrown around. Last thing I want to be doing is sitting in an obvious position where everyone knows where I am. So decap it. leave it for the tank destroyer who's behind me. I'm going to push up. Now we do have a few players up and around this spawn point, so it's reasonably safe, but still not ideal. Really, I want to be going back around the way I came, over between the C and the B points. It keeps me a bit safer. It's not like we're in a massive hurry. We do have all 3 cap points.
Allied forces have captured a zone.
But I'm trying to go the quicker route to where I can see all the red markers on the map. I'm cutting across the front of this spawn here. T-29 and M19 are moving up to it. I shouldn't really be the first target, as I'm not the one that's actively engaging them if they do spawn. Now, everybody on the southwest side of the map has just died, and they are capping B. So I know there's at least one player, and likely that all the enemies are off in this direction. The rest of our team is all around the C point. I'm slightly alone, but I do need to stop them from getting these spawn points from the B cap. You can see by the plane that just pinged it there, it is a Tiger, or Tiger 2 on the cap. The only German heavies out this BR. I can see something just over there. I don't know if he's seeing me, so I'm going to try and... Although sitting still is often an easier way to avoid being seen, I just want to get as much of my hull behind this house as possible. Wait for him to come out. Not the best shot placement. I really wanted to get his mobility, but rather than backing up, he's kept going. Now I can get his engine. His gunner should still be out. My reload will be faster than his crew replacement. Get him through the side of the turret. Again, he's missing a few crew already, so it didn't take me too many hits, although 3 ammo to kill 1 damaged tank is not the best. I should have really just gone for that turret shot straight away, in hindsight at least. Now I don't have enough gun depression for that Tiger 2 there, but he hasn't noticed me. Tiger 1 has. Up inside of his turret. Didn't manage to fully get the breach, but I did get his turret drive and his gunner. Take the breach on the Tiger 2. Let's see if I can finish this Tiger 1. Just gone behind the rock. So we'll go down, finish the Tiger 2. Just took a hit from another Tiger 2 that appeared there, didn't see him originally. So, pulling onto the B point, they've now got B and A, so we do need to get the caps back. We are losing. Tiger 2's backing off. Wanted to try and get his transmission there, make sure that he was trapped with his gun around the corner. But I was a bit slow on the uptake. So, capping the B point. Tiger 2 dives to a T-29, poke out and finish off the Tiger 1. So, point is capped. I want to replace my loader. My gunner is slightly injured, which means that the turret is turning a bit slowly. I pop smoke against the rock to make sure I'm in the middle of it. Less likely to get picked off while I'm static getting this new crew member. Also filling up a little bit of ammo while I'm here. There we are. I'm ready to go. Work my way out the smoke. And I'm going to go back around again. I don't really want to be taking them head on, and most of the enemies are coming from that direction. So I'm going to work my way around and back up into this town on the hill above me. Just briefly hear an engine off to my right here. Just quick check, and there is the rear of the Japanese Sherman. So going for the upper right side of the rear there, get his gunner, drive around the engine all in the same shot. He's not going anywhere, he's not shooting back, and actually killed him. A more central shot should have taken out every single crew member in one, but it's never a guarantee with these solid rounds. That's why I chose to place the shot slightly to one side. Friendly M18 is calling out an enemy on the hill up there. I'm not currently in the best position to engage. I don't have solid cover really within a quick dash. But I can't see anything due to trees. He has just died to a Tiger 2P. So I want to get out of there and up behind this rock. Spy the Panther. Take a guess shot and manage to get the ammo rack. So, still capping B, come around, spot the Ferdinand. Lower shot to make sure I get the engine, prevent him from turning round, and now go right for the ammo rack on the side there. It's not always a guaranteed shot, ammo racks don't always blow, but it was the quickest way to try and finish him. They still cap the B point however, so there is a second tank. Tiger 2P, engine sticking around the corner. Take out his engine. Get his turret drive, there was no ammo in that side. Set him on fire a second time. I think actually the ammo there, I was a bit too far back to have hit the ammo rack even if it was full, but that's the third fire and he's blown up. So we're still losing on tickets and I need to decap the B point again. So drive on through. I didn't realise at this point that I only had 5 ammo left. I wasn't really checking, my heart was pounding quite hard. Spot the little tank destroyer there driving up. My idea was to try and get away from the cap as soon as possible, just like with C earlier. There's artillery, there's planes around, I don't want to be sitting still. Speaking of planes, tank destroyer's peeked out. Shoot out, get his gunner. Shot too high to get his driver unfortunately, which would have been the one shot. So go for his transmission just before he slips around the corner. I know he's not going to be turning anywhere now. Come up to finish him off with a side shot. Can hear another engine on my right there, so don't want to take too much time over this. Mess up the shot unfortunately and only get his radiator. I shot a bit too far back. His crew would have been back by now. Go for the Tiger's breach there, make sure he can't kill me. Turn, and again, go for the left hand side where all those crew are lined up. Tiger's rushing the point, and I'm out of ammo. That shot on the radiator there on the Panzer 470 cost me this last kill and the ability to prevent him from getting the cap. I could try and block it, but sooner or later he will repair, and if it's not capping for me in the meantime, I'm not going to get ammo, so there's no point in staying around here. I need to get away. Preferably before he gets his breach back up. So, cut around this corner. I do need to go for the C point, get ammo. The intention is to try and cut around these rocks here on my right, but there is a SO key, so I need a much wider flank.
Attention to the map!
Ping it, make sure everyone knows. And I'm trying to again use the speed. Although not fantastic on the snow, it is still going to outpace most tanks. And making a run for that C cap. Yeah. nothing else really happens in the game now, unfortunately. By the time I manage to get my ammo back, the game is over from ticket bleed. We've just taken the A point. We've still got the C point from earlier. There's nothing they can really do to stop it at this stage. Spot the Soki. Just mark him up.
Let's keep the pressure on. Victory is close.
So, 14 kills. Could have been 15 if I didn't, on that Panzer 470, if I didn't either shoot slightly too high to miss his driver, or that third shot that went in and only took out his radiator because I rushed it due to the concern of that tiger I could hear on the hill behind me. But as you can see, alternating between the targets there, both with the Tiger and the Tiger 2P at the B point earlier, and again with the 470 and the Tiger afterwards. Disable the gun on one, then disable it on the other. You've got a quick reload. There's no real reason to try and fully finish one tank straight away. So we are, ammo is back and game is over. Finishing up with 14 kills. Could have potentially had a 15th if I'd just made my shot placement a little better. So just the endgame scores here. I know some people like to see them. Decent amount of RP, although I do have a talisman and a premium account running. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Hopefully it's been of some use to you, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.